You know that feeling, right? You're standing on a hill, you point at some distant mountain, and you just wonder, what is that? Well, today we're going to dive into Geoscope, an iOS app that's all about answering that exact question. It basically changes how your map sees the world.
Okay, so we all know that little blue dot on our map apps, right? It's awesome for telling us where we are. But here's the thing, Geoscope completely flips that on its head. Instead of just showing your location, it asks a totally different question. What if your map could tell you what you're actually looking at? The whole focus shifts from where you are to what you can see.
So why is that such a big deal? Well, to really get it, we've got to talk about the limits of that good old blue dot.
Okay, so picture this. You're at some amazing scenic overlook. You see this incredible peak way out on the horizon, and you pull out your phone. The problem is, your map is built for one thing, navigation, getting you from point A to point B. It has no idea how to help you identify what's right there in front of your eyes. There's this huge gap between the digital map and the actual physical world you're standing in.
And that is exactly where Geoscope comes in. Look, this isn't just another map app. It's a whole new way of seeing, really. It takes these classic techniques that, professional topographers have used for ages and makes them super simple and automatic for the rest of us. So, the core idea here is what they call an interactive line of sight, and it's just beautifully simple. Whatever you point your phone at out there in the real world, boom, a line instantly shows up on your map pointing in that exact direction. It's like it creates this direct, real-time link between where you're looking and what the map shows. And using it is so intuitive, it's crazy. You just point your phone at a mountain, maybe a village in the distance, literally anything that catches your eye. A line pops up on the map instantly. And then you can just zoom right in along that line to figure out exactly what you're looking at. It really is like having a virtual laser pointer that connects your eyes to the map. Okay, so that's the theory, right? But how does this thing actually hold up in a really complex real-world environment? Well, let's put it to the test. We're going to take it to the famous Champ de Puy volcanic chain over in France. All right, so from this one observation point, the user just points their phone at the most obvious landmark they can see, the Puy de Dôme. And get this, it's a whopping 16 kilometers away. That single action sets up the baseline, basically anchoring the entire view to the map.
But now, here's where the magic really happens. Along that one single line of sight toward that main peak, the app lets you identify a bunch of other volcanoes that are perfectly lined up. You've got some in the foreground, about 8.5 kilometers away, and then others way in the background at 13 kilometers. It's like you're seeing the landscape in layers. It's so cool. There's a line in the app's manual that just hits the nail on the head. It says it's like having a mobile orientation table. And that's exactly what it feels like. Those big panoramic signs at viewpoints? It's that, but it's interactive, it's on your phone, and it's right there in your pocket.
But believe it or not, this whole line of sight thing is really just the beginning. Geoscope is also this incredibly deep cartographic toolbox. It's a genuine atlas in your pocket. You get access to this amazing library of specialized maps.
So, for example, if you're a history buff, check this out. You can actually overlay your real-world view with historical maps. Imagine exploring the French countryside and seeing it through these 18th century Cassini maps. Or checking out the Swiss Alps as they were mapped back in the 19th century. It's like a geographical time machine. Seriously.
Okay, what about for the geographer or the scientist? Well, Geoscope offers some serious professional-grade data. You can load up these high-precision LiDAR maps. If you're not familiar, think of LiDAR as a kind of laser radar that scans the ground, and it digitally strips away all the trees and buildings. What you're left with is just the pure, naked terrain underneath. It's absolutely perfect for detailed geological analysis.
And of course, for all you hikers and outdoor enthusiasts out there, don't worry, they've got you covered. It includes the absolute gold standard of topographic maps, from agencies like Swiss Topo and IGN France. These are the super detailed, reliable maps you need for any serious time outdoors. So, we've gone beyond just viewing. Geoscope also packs in some really advanced features that turn it from just a cool viewing tool into a serious instrument for actual analysis and documentation. Take the geo-referenced photo feature, for instance. When you snap a picture, the app automatically overlays it with all this precise data. It marks the cardinal directions and the exact angular measurements, what professionals call azimuths. So your simple photo is instantly transformed into this data-rich scientific document. It's absolutely perfect for fieldwork.
Here's something else that's really smart. The app knows the Earth isn't flat, right?
So it calculates what are called geodesic lines. That's basically the true shortest path between 2 points on a curved surface like our planet. And this is so critical for understanding long-distance connections accurately, something a flat map just can't get right.
And what this allows you to do is create some pretty incredible visualizations. For example, you could trace a geodesic line from where you are in France all the way to Iceland. And when you do that, it reveals the true direction of these huge geodynamic forces. It makes an abstract concept like tectonic stress feel real and tangible, right there on a global scale.
All right, so you're probably wondering, what's the catch? What does all this cost? Well, the full-featured premium version, the one that unlocks all those pro tools like the annotated photos and the advanced analysis, it's a one-time purchase, just €3.99. That's it. No recurring subscriptions for the main app, which is pretty amazing.
Now, if you're a professional or a really serious enthusiast who needs the absolute best, highest quality data, there is an optional premium map subscription. That's going to be $25.99 a year, and that basically covers the licensing fees for those official pro-grade maps from agencies like IGN France.
Okay, so let's kind of wrap this up. The bottom line is, Geoscope isn't just for these epic mountain adventures. It's really about empowering you to see your own world right where you are in a totally new way.
And that, to me, is the real magic here. You can use this thing from anywhere. You don't have to be in the mountains. You could be standing at your apartment window. Just point your phone at the horizon and trace a line. And you might just discover that you're looking directly towards a city or a region, or maybe even a whole other country you've always wanted to visit. It turns the most familiar view into this gateway for brand new discoveries.
So yeah, Geoscope is an incredibly powerful tool for professionals, and it's a fantastic guide for hikers, for sure. But more than anything, it's really an invitation for all of us to just look a little closer at the world that's all around us. So I guess the only question left is, what will you discover in your landscape?